There's no such thing as a standard commission. Commissions are always negotiable too. One of those conversations that if you have 100 realtors in a room and you want to talk about commission, 99 of them will run out of the room because, we're not allowed to talk about commission. But commission's a super important topic for consumers. There's no such thing as a standard commission. Commissions are always negotiable too. For example, if you agree to sign an MLS contract and pay a certain amount, when the offer comes in, the commissions are still negotiable, right? Like they're always negotiable. We need to have a preset agreement, of course, because that's kind of a promise. When I look at the MLS contract, which is the Realtor.ca contract, to me, it's kind of promise to market because no one gets paid unless you accept an offer. So there's kind of a disconnect there. And if you're not happy with the commission you're paying, you're not going to accept the offer. So the seller does have a lot of control. It's important for real estate professionals to let consumers know that the commissions are always negotiable. However, brokerages can set commissions, and the policy of that brokerage may prevent the agent from modifying the commission. That's a possibility because, there are different brokerage models out there. And there's some brokerages that don't charge a commission. They maybe charge a flat fee. So the consumers in BC have a huge amount of choice. And the advantage today is that most of those choices would result in their listing showing up on Realtor.ca. But that goes into the next question is working with a buyer's agent free or not, right? That's kind of the thing that comes up. You can work with a buyer's agent in BC for free. And that's probably one of the bigger myths out there because it's not free, but there's no charge in a sense, right?
It's not free, but the price is included in Realtor.ca listings.
It can be, but often it's not. Like, let's just say 25% of the listings don't offer a buyer agency fee, for example. Well, then how do you as a buyer's agent communicate with your buyer what you expect to be paid? So now there's a conversation about how do we speak to buyers early on in the process about how the real estate professional gets paid, which is remuneration, which is a difficult word to say sometimes. And I think that's a good conversation to have early. Like if I show you these 10 houses, I'm not going to send you a bill. Or if I help you analyze this investment property, I'm not going to send you a bill for my time. However, when I write an offer and we create a sale, I'll disclose to you the amount of money I'll be getting. And if it closes, then I will get that money. I call it super contingency. It's a very interesting way of getting paid, but it can be based on percentage, it can be based on flat fee. But with the disclosures today in British Columbia, it really benefits a licensee to have that conversation when you first meet them. And I'm a big fan of that because with loyalty, full disclosure, avoiding conflicts and confidentiality, you're going to get that from a buyer's agent for free. But what's the buyer's agent going to get?